So far what we've done is, we took the original bearing on the other side. We're going the north direction with corrected declination. Rowdy took a directional this way, and we marked as we go along. Now, Rowdy just took a back bearing to double check our direction. So we're going directly north with corrected declination. We double check by going directly south. So we're good to go, and this is our next marking point. So from this point on, since we're above the river and we can't see the other contact points, we use 3 to get here. So starting over, we're going to keep the same bearing and we're going to head that way.
You're going to do another 100-footer from here? Is that what you want to do?
Let's go another 100 foot from here. Okay, we've done 100 feet already of measuring with 100-foot tape. Now, I have Rowdy down there at the last spot where we last measured 100 feet, and we're coming back to this point, so we're going to keep a track of how far we're going in the north direction. So what do you got, Rowdy?
Right at the 36-foot mark.
So 36. So this point right here is 136 feet so far from our start of our point where we started filming originally. Good job, Rowdy.
Here we are.
That tree's in the way, maybe we should start
facing
right
north in our next segment.
Because I just lost my tape. I went too far.
Back there would be south, where we started from the first sighting spot. Creature would have run up here. And we're just measuring north-south right now up in the sandbar.
Yeah, it's twice as hard.
Not easy to do, dodging trees. There goes Robert, trying to stay true to north.
Okay, I don't see our other marker flag. Do you?
I'm gonna get right behind him. Try to show him.
Between the two trees.
Perfect.
Turn around. We can get turned around. Looks freaking awesome.
We got our flags here.
Yep, we're set. We're back.
Looks like we got a couple
good.
lined up, so we're good to go in this large flat area.
We're on our line.
Perfect. Good job, Rowdy.
Really easy to get turned around out here.
Yeah, I hear
You're
you.
not looking the right way.
That's why the compass is a real help.
200-yard mark or 200-foot mark.
200 foot from where we start.
Anchor point. So.
There's another flag.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit to your
Heading
left.
back.
Let me give another bearing.
To the woods.
Yeah, it's to your right of that tree. Pretty much where your flags are at, that's on line. Now, do you see through to the other flag?
Here.
I see the one in front of you.
What about the one behind me? Yep, that's right.
Northeastward.
That flag in?
You want it? Here. You want to run tape, John? Here, get video of you pulling the tape. That's Robert's view. Look at the tape.
So, we've just reached, I believe, the 300-foot mark, right, Robert?
300.
300 feet right there where Robert is. And you notice where we are.
Trim that a little bit.
We're by the big log piles here with the fungus growing on it. We have over here our first major stumps behind there.
Can you see all the way through?
And this would be the angle of the camera view, I believe, shooting towards those big trees in the back.
All right. Okay, Rowdy.
We'll eventually grid this out.
This is about, I'm going to drop it.
Here's another stump, which should have been visible in the filming. These are old firs cut in the logging operations, 1965-66. Another stump there. Another stump right next to it there. And right behind there, if you can see, there are big firs. These still would have been the big firs, most likely visible in the earlier part of it. These stumps will be gridded out. Still right along our north-facing line. Which is now being flagged out. We go through all this new growth. And here is a nice stump. Fairly tall one from an old fir growing on the sandbar. These trunks here you see next to it are new growth. They would have sprouted after the film was made. But here's our tall stump. Hopefully we can mark that out on our grid. Demonstrate it's one of the ones that is seen behind the walk of Bigfoot moving through here. Okay guys, maybe I could ask you the question. Assuming we need about 400 feet from the first sighting and maybe 300 feet within the film itself, we have enough room on the sandbar for that, don't we?
We do.
It seems small.
We're looking at 300 feet when we get to the extent of this. 300 minus 30 feet. 70 feet more would be 300 feet.
We're getting close to the back canyon wall there.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. So Rowdy's still taking a back survey to make sure we're right on target.
You can see our flags back in there, I think.
Now, we're not using professional equipment, so it's going to be ballpark.
Well, yep, we're amateurs, but this is pretty much good enough.
It's going to be ballpark. So.
I'm filming the tree.
It's on auto.
The tree looks nicer than...
Yeah, it does.
There you are.
Yeah, we're looking at right now. That's 230 feet where Rowdy is right now. He's double checking the back survey to make sure we're still on line for a north-south line. Now, this is ballpark. We're not using professional equipment. We're using a silver compass with the mirror and the angle thing with corrected declination. So it'll get us where we need to be. And our only idea is to see how much room we got here on this gravel bar. And so far, 230 here. He's double checking, and we're going to run it out because we're not too far from the bottom of this edge, which is going to give us a great idea of north-south lat longs. It's going to be good. That'll let us know how far. Plus, we're measuring it, so we'll know the width. And this log over here with the fungus on it, the orange fungus. Yeah, we were here just a couple weeks ago, and that looked pretty promising out that way.
Indeed, and behind Robert here, maybe you could pose by that stump there.
Sure.
See how big they are. This is one of the taller stumps.
It's hard to see with all this debris in the way. You'd have to come around here, Steven, to get better view.
Yeah, I'm seeing you by the trunk there.
I'm wearing red, so you can see me a little bit easier.
That's a fairly tall stump.
Yeah.
And there is one like that that's seen behind the creature in the film.
This is promising. These are promising. And we have quite a few actually out here.
Yeah, well, there's a couple big ones right over behind you there. But these stumps you can see are quite close to these background firs. You suddenly see a very large fir. Can you see that?
That was 230.
Big firs back behind there.
230
More of them back in there. So here's Robert. How far are we now back into the sandbar?
Well, we haven't run the tape yet since the last spot.
I think this is about 400 feet.
And it's hard to say yet. We'll have to run the tape.
But you can see he's back behind him. He's up against the wall of the canyon.
So Rowdy, how am I looking here? I don't want to cut anything live, just the dead branches.
And here is a big fir tree. This
Okay.
could be the one.
We can work. I think we can work through this.
Okay, you're pretty good there.
Okay, I'll come.
Yeah, we need to get it
Right next to it, a maple, which has grown significantly.
Got it.
This one could be old enough to be seen in the film. And then right next to it, another fir tree. Could these be the big tree in the film? Peter Burns said that it was pocked with woodpecker holes. You can kind of see that there are holes in this. Big fir. Yeah, there we go. That, the maple, the second big fir. here's an angled tree. Could that be like that one? That's like a pole in the film. Then another. It's hard to see. Another big fir right there. See its trunk going up. Then two. There's one back in there. Two right there, growing together. Get another view of that. Here we have those two firs. And that's pretty much the end of the big firs. Another one behind there. Try to get around to it. Not easily done. Here we are. Those two ending firs with another couple of big ones right there. Man, it's hard to see past all these vine maples, which you can see are quite green still.